if you could sum it up in one word, it would be love. And that love to me is the compassion and understanding and unity of the body of Christ together. And that's absolutely what's going on in Temple Keepers.
If I'm spiritually well, but I'm not physically or emotionally well, then I'm out and on one of the two. So I'm not whole. And I'm not living at my max potential.
That's where CORE and Temple Keeper made the connection. I learned cause and effect in some really cool ways, and not just in weight loss. So all of the principles that I learned in CORE, I've applied now to my spiritual and mental and emotional wholeness. And that's what Temple Keeper is giving folks now.
I've never heard of people having the results that they've had on CORE with any other diet. You may have support in other diets, but you don't have the accountability, you don't have the ethics built into it, and you don't have that true camaraderie. Because when you have accountability and ethics tied to it, that's different than saying, go ahead and have those handful of Hershey's. It's only 5 points. Instead of saying, why do you want those Hershey's? What's really going on? Let's take a look at what's really going on.
Having Rick available here in the church, we'd see each other and he'd say, oh, I lost a pound last night. And I'd say, well, I lost a half a pound. You know, what are you eating? And we kind of supported one another and exchanged stories. And I had Marcy too, who would send me a smile when I was good and a frown when I was bad. So, but it worked. And by the end of March, I had lost 56 pounds on CORE.
A year ago, I was probably in the worst health, some of the worst health that I had ever been in. I had tried some things that had not worked. I was challenged by my trainer to try a new diet that would help me with my weight loss problem. What that journey in beginning with Core 22 was not a journey to weight loss, it was a journey toward life transformation.
Well, I'm about 75% of my goal, 31 pounds. So if I stay strict and right on target, the little graph on the computer is telling me about another 60 days. I sleep better. I get more done. I'm more energetic.
Could I give God my full being and my congregation my life and be their leader? And the answer was no. I could not do that anymore. I was lying to myself, and in some ways I was lying to them.
I've been in this church since 1953. When we have any meals down in the fellowship hall, they tend to be more for healthy meals, for building a healthy body, rather than all creamy stuff and all that. And there's always fruit, which we don't always have before, but we always do now.
We meet at 8:30 on a Saturday morning, and we're usually there an hour and a half. Several of the meetings have begun with tasting some recipe that Reverend Rick has prepared for us. Then, before we're done, Roxy comes in and we do some movement.
What I've come to understand through the journey is that mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual wholeness or health are all interconnected, and you cannot have one without the other, or if one is missing, then you are not totally whole in the other areas.
For me, it's real simple. CORE represents a true life being saved on all levels, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I haven't seen any other diets that do that, so I don't recommend any of them.